In 2019, our unit received temporary reassignment orders to a remote logistics installation called Outpost Cargate, hidden deep in the Alaskan wilderness. Most people think Alaska is empty, quiet, peaceful. They've never been to the valley the locals call the White Drop. It earned that name because the snow there didn't fall the way snow should. It came down in straight, tight spirals, thin vertical currents of white, almost like the sky itself was a drain sucking the flakes downward. The phenomenon was so consistent that even the locals avoided the valley outpost. Cargate sat right at its bottom. The isolation was brutal. No nearby towns, no roads except the one that disappeared every winter. Just miles of cold, twisting forests and a valley that seemed too deep and too narrow to be natural still. Most of the year, nothing happened. Resupply missions in daylight, radio checks at night, routine patrols. We were bored out of our minds. Until the night when boredom died and fear took over. The first alert started just after 0200 hours. A single ping echoed through the control room. Motion alert on the south-facing perimeter camera, right where the frost-covered ground dipped into the dense forest. The operator leaned forward, expecting a moose or maybe a wandering bear. We'd seen plenty of both, but when he zoomed in, he froze. Then the entire room went silent. Just outside the fence stood something tall, 7, maybe 8 feet. Long limbs, impossibly thin, like stretched tendon and bone. But it wasn't hunched or natural-looking. It stood too straight, too symmetrical, like it was balancing without effort. And its surface, it wasn't skin. It looked like polished, transparent ice, faintly reflecting the floodlights. At first, we thought it was just a tree trunk frozen mid-wind. Then it blinked, not with eyelids, with reflective surfaces. 2 glossy black ice ovals shimmering back at us. The operator whispered, "Sir, that thing's looking straight at the camera." The PATROS-2 patrol teams were sent out. Standard formation, thermals, night scopes, full gear. I was on patrol too, and as we approached the perimeter fence, every sound seemed wrong, muted, heavy, like the air itself had thickened. Even our footsteps were swallowed by the snow. The thing didn't move, not even a twitch, but the snow around its feet was melting, a perfect, circular patch of slush beneath it, steaming in the freezing air. Creatures don't radiate heat like that. Our radios crackled suddenly, not static, breathing, then a voice, strained, and definitely human. "It knows." The transmission cut out immediately. That was Patrol 1's channel. We swept the tree line with rifles, thermal scopes, everything. Nothing, no movement, no tracks leading away. Patrol 1 had simply vanished. The creature TRNS. Then it happened. The creature's head turned. Not its body, just its head. A slow, grinding twist that sounded like frozen leather tearing apart. Its reflective eyes locked onto us, and a low vibration rippled through the valley. We felt it in our lungs, not through our ears. The floodlights flickered. Once, twice, then they died, for a full second. The valley was pitch black. When the lights powered back on, the creature was 3 feet closer to the fence, but the snow where it had been standing was untouched, perfect, undisturbed, no footprints. It didn't walk, it didn't slide, it just appeared closer. One of our guys whispered, "Jesus Christ." It jumped. No one answered. The VOICE suddenly. Patrol 1's locator pinged again, but the signal came from somewhere impossible, half a mile beneath the valley floor. "Faulty reading," someone muttered, but another ping followed, then another, all of them coming from deep under us, moving slowly, in circles. Before we could react, our radios burst to life. Dozens of voices. Some sounded like Patrol 1 screaming through water, some like children whispering, some like slowed-down tape recordings. All overlapping. It felt like every voice that had ever echoed in the valley was speaking at once, and then, a voice completely unlike the others, returned it. A deep, echoing, vibrating command that didn't hit the ears, it hit the bones. The rising SNOW. The creature raised one thin arm. And from the forest behind it, the snow started rising. Not swirling, not drifting, rising straight up in narrow columns, like invisible strings were pulling the flakes upward. The ground trembled, small cracks formed in the ice, and somewhere deep below us, the valley let out a moan, a long, ancient groan, like something massive was shifting underground. The floodlights flickered again, then exploded into full brightness. White, blinding, burning. We hit the snow, covering our eyes. Someone screamed, someone cursed, someone fired a round into the air out of pure panic. When the lights stabilized, the creature was gone. No tracks, no sign, nothing. The snow drifted normally again. The forest sat as still as a painting, and Patrol 1's signals went dark, permanently. The after-remittage inside the command room, all system logs related to the event were erased. The footage from the south camera corrupted instantly. The thermal readings collapsed into static. The official statement was simple: "You saw a thermal mirage in the snow." Patrol 1 encountered unstable terrain. We were told to write nothing, report nothing, say nothing, but none of us slept that night, because we all noticed something when the lights flickered, something we didn't talk about, Every time the creature moved closer, it wasn't looking at the base, it was looking at one person among us, like it recognized him, like it was waiting for him specifically. And in the weeks after we returned from Alaska, that soldier complained of hearing voices in the cold, of seeing spirals of snow where no wind blew, of reflections in ice staring back at him even when he wasn't moving. Something ancient lives in the Alaskan valleys, something that can move without moving, something that watches from the snow. And ever since that night I think it followed him home.